Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference, empowering the good, and we love talking about education, especially with Southwest Tennessee Community College. We're honored to be joined by Dr. Tracy D. Hall, President of Southwest Tennessee Community College, along with Amy Shead, Associate Vice President, Workforce and Career and Technical Education, obviously with Southwest Tennessee Community College. So How are you two doing?
Just fantastic, Jeremy. It's always a pleasure to be here with you and always got something great going on at Southwest. So can't wait to share it with you and your audience.
I'm doing great today, Jeremy. It's good to see you.
Well, let's go ahead and dive in. Dr. Hall, let's start with you. Hopefully everyone knows Southwest Tennessee Community College, but to your point, you have a lot going on, a lot of good news, and multiple campuses. When you talk about the different career pathways and all the different things you do, give us an overview of Southwest Tennessee Community College. Let's start there.
Well, yes. So Southwest, we are, of course, located in Memphis, Tennessee. We serve Shelby County. We serve Fayette County, and we have 7 locations. So we always like to say is one near you, because literally, it really is. There's one near you. And that's what we're about, being in the community and being very accessible. Any community college will tell you that the biggest part and our mission is to be accessible. And so having those locations throughout the city, it makes it accessible to students to get an education. No excuses. There's always someplace close to get education, to get training. So we're just really excited about what we're doing. As you might recall, back in 2016, way back in 2016, we started our Achieving the Dream work. And that was to redesign, reinvent, and reset the student experience. And what we did then was kind of looked at all of our processes to make sure that they were seamless for our students. And so we wanted our students from enrollment all the way to completion and transfer, that they would have an easier process and not make it so hard and cumbersome. Many of our students are first generation college students. So even just coming onto the campus can be a very frightening experience for them. And so we definitely didn't want to have barriers in their way. So we've done all that work in 2016, and we've been monitoring that work, but now it's time to take that work to another level. And so this Workforce Solutions Center, it's combining our workforce students, are what we've called in the past non-credit students. So in 2016, we looked at those students that are coming from a credit for credit courses. Now we're looking at those students that are coming in at non-credit or workforce credit and making sure that they too have a seamless pathway. It doesn't matter if you are for credit or credit at Southwest, and it shouldn't matter anywhere. The goal is to help students to get a career that's a family sustaining career. And whether it's in a short-term certificate program or a longer term AAS or AS program, or they're transferring on to their bachelor's degree, it shouldn't matter. It should be that they have a seamless experience. And so we're so excited that we are going to be making it easier for students to get to that career of their choice.
And we're going to be diving in really deep, obviously, on the Southwest Workforce Solutions Center, just like you're talking about. And so paint the stage one more time in terms of relevance. You talked about ease, convenience, and knocking down barriers and the intimidation factor. But a lot of this is centered around relevance and being able to step into the workforce ready to go. And so talk about on your end the relevance of this tying in with the business community so that students are able to not only achieve and learn, but really step in ready to work.
Absolutely. And we hear from our business partners that they are needing our students quicker and that it takes too long, 2 years, even though we think 2 years is not a long time. We thought that in the past. We're seeing that that's too long for some students. Even when we talk to our students, I had a meeting with our students, and one student said, we need shorter term training opportunities here at Southwest. He said, I have a baby. I don't have time for 2 years. My baby needs formula today. And so those types of comments that we get from our students, the comments, the feedback that we get from our business community, it just makes sense to do what we're doing and to look more at our short-term programs. And we've always had short-term programs, as Amy will talk to you about. Any community college across the country, we were built on workforce development. That's in our DNA. But I think what we haven't done enough of is tell our story about what we do and how we do it. And we also have to make sure our processes are simplified. So that's what we're doing. But we've always been in the short-term career training business. It's just that we're telling that story louder than we've ever done before.
And you're opening up the access for everyone
Yes.
to get involved in a big way. And so
Absolutely.
let's go ahead and dive in. Amy, when you talk about the Southwest Workforce Solutions Center, how do you describe it?
Well, the Southwest Workforce Solutions Center is going to be that vehicle that meets the individuals in our community where they are. So whether you're coming here for career development, to enter into a career, or you're coming for advancement of a job that an industry that you're already in. If you're a first-time student looking to get a technical certificate or a degree, or if you're a student that's coming here to transfer to a four-year institution, the Solution Center has what you're looking for. So we're meeting our learners where they are. We know now that we call our learners the new learners want everything quickly. We've been told that I had math. I just experienced math and reading and writing in high school. I want to get to the technical, the tangibles. I want to see what this industry is like. So the Southwest Solutions Center is going to give us the opportunity to share with our community what the industry is like before they get into it in a deeper way. We're wanting to have them experience it early on. And that's one of the reasons we're looking at the process of how we onboard students. Traditionally, for our business and industry partners, the Workforce Development Center has offered onboarding services where we onboard employees for companies. Well, now we're looking at it in a way where we're going to onboard students to this path so that they will know they can experience early on what it's like to be in a work environment. We're working with our business and industry partners to help us share that message. What does it look like to be in industry? What does it look like to work in this particular field? And so we're doing that work early on with our students now. We're actually going to do more career exploration early on in our processes. When we initially start to talk to students about Southwest and coming to Southwest, we want to introduce them to that career choice early so that they can make a more informed decision about the careers that they're selecting. We want to make sure that we are not setting them up for something that is not within them. We're looking at their willingness and we're looking at their abilities and we're matching them to that in a more systematic way now. So that's what we're going to be doing with as a part of the Southwest Solutions Center. Some of the things that we've done traditionally with our business and industry partners, we're bringing that inside of the college to have those students experience that early on. So whatever they see at the college level, they will be able to use that information to further their education in a work environment.
So talk about the variety, because when you look at it, it's quite a variety of offerings from automotive, business, engineering, IT, logistics, transportation management, robotics, healthcare. So I mean, that's a huge variety of opportunities. Talk about the variety of offerings.
There are over 110 programs that we have here at the college. And what we're trying to do with this process now, what we're doing with this process is looking at them in a meta major way so that students, when they come onto the campus, telling them that we have 110 degrees and technical certificates that they can select is going to be a little bit difficult for them to grasp. So we're going to talk about it in large meta majors in those clusters so that they can have a chance to dissect and understand what happens within the business arena, and what are all of the credentials they can get there, what areas of expertise they can have within those particular degrees and majors. And so we want them to look at the majors in a larger way before drilling down to determine what it is that they want to do. Because we do understand that some of the occupations and some of the careers that we train for here at the college, that's not something that's known generally to the public. When we say mechatronics, we know what it is. You know, we know it's that multi-craft, multidisciplinary function of advanced machining, advanced manufacturing, but the general public don't understand what that term is. And so we have to give them some way in which they can understand, grasp, dissect, and make an informed decision about what they're going to do as far as a career choice. So that's the work that we're doing in the Workforce Solutions Center.
Yeah. Dr. Hall, what would you add to that, especially around, as you mentioned, the idea of blending credit hours with non-credit hours and making it seamless and easy so that at the end of the day, the students are able to get where they need to go, but also in a very timely, quick fashion so that they can ramp up, especially for a job opportunity or, transition into a different pathway. And so making it easy, making it convenient, making it relevant, opening up the access to the opportunities and the exposure points. I mean, there's a lot that's going into this, which is all good news. What would you add to that?
I would add that we've heard the term stackable credentials for years, and this is basically what that is. Stackable credentials. And so whether a student comes in on a non-credit side, a student ought to be able to have short-term training and to get a job. Because again, as I said, when I talk to students, that's what they're wanting. They want a job. They want a career, actually. And so how can we help them do that quicker? So for that young man that told me, listen, Dr. Hall, my child needs formula now. I need diapers for my child now. I don't have time to wait even though I want to come to Southwest and stay at Southwest, but 2 years is too long. We need short-term credentials. And so this opportunity is for that type of student that says, I need a job right now. Let me get a credential. Now I can always continue my education, but at least I have a job. I have a career right now that I have this post-secondary credential that I can at least get a good wage and help to take care of my family. And then for that student that wants to stop off and work, that is an opportunity for them to do so, but then they can get back on that education train when they're able to, and their credentials can then feed in to that next level of credential. That's the point of education. It should be that students are able to do what they're needing to do for their families. We need to be able to have our business and industry partners know that they don't have to work and wait for 2 years for us to graduate students, that we have students that will come to them with short-term credentials, meeting industry needs. All of our programs are developed. They are developed with our industry partners. We don't teach what we want to teach. And I really do want to dispel that myth that we just sit in a corner thinking about what we think business and industry needs, and then we develop the curriculum. We don't do that. We can't do that. We have all sorts of accrediting bodies that say we cannot do that. And we have to show proof that we've worked with our business partners. And we have to show proof that our business partners, industries have informed what we do, even if it's buying equipment. Who told us that we needed that equipment? We have to show that our business partners have said that this is out of date and you need newer equipment. And so we know that what we teach is what industry needs, because industry tells us that this is what they need. And so when Amy was talking about exposure, we're so excited that in tandem with the Workforce Solutions Center, a part of that is that we are embedding short-term certificates even in our transfer degree programs. That's really critical, Because even though, as I said, students may want to eventually transfer to a university, they still want a career right now. We had one student in one of our Pizza with the Presidents. He said, I want to be a doctor, but I'd love to have a certificate, a short-term certificate, because I need to work right now while I am on that path to being a medical doctor. And so those are the types of comments that we hear from our students, comments that we hear from our business and industry partners. So as an institution that is supposed to be responsive to the community, we have to change how we do what we do. And we've been very blessed over the past few months. We've gotten grants from our Tennessee Higher Education Commission. We have a $800,000 grant to do this work. We were also one of 4 community colleges in the state to receive a $550,000 Reimagining the Community College Experience grant. So we have the funding to do the work that's needed for our community. So we're very excited about it.
And I think for the audience and for the community at large, you play a very critical role when you talk about Ford, Blue Oval City, like all of these things that are coming our way, job opportunities, the growth of our whole region, the economic, just infrastructure in terms of jobs and job creation. You have to have the talent and be able to equip that talent and empower that talent. And, that's exactly what we're talking about is you play a pivotal role in the success of our community and being able to train and equip our future leaders for these sort of roles, and not just our future leaders, but our current leaders right now too. So
absolutely,
talk about how the community can plug in, including an upcoming event, an open house on April 20th.
Yeah, so to your point about the community, 96% of our graduates remain in the Memphis area. So we graduate close to about 1,500 students each May. 96% of them remain in the Memphis area, helping to fuel the local economy. So yes, we believe and we know that we are a pretty big deal here in the Memphis area. And so we're excited to have people come out. April 20th is our big reveal of our Southwest Workforce Solutions Center, where you will be able to see our renovated space at our Fulton building. Is on our Macon Cove campus, and all of our technology programs that are located there, and the state-of-the-art equipment in our space. We're so excited to bring people and ask people to come on out and see what your taxpayers are paying for and that we are delivering for the community. Also, our other locations will have representatives there where you'll be able to see all of our other programs at all of our other locations that are workforce oriented. So we're excited about that. We also have the unveiling of our Southwest Express. Soon you will see on the streets of Memphis our workforce career labs where there's hands-on equipment. Some of those programs that we've mentioned, we will be able to go to college fairs, career fairs, church fairs, wherever, to showcase the programs, because a big part of it is about exposure. As Amy said, mechatronics, we may talk about mechatronics. Students have never heard of what mechatronics is. So what we can do is take out our mobile lab and have them get on that lab in that trailer and see hands-on what mechatronics, what a career in mechatronics can lead to, and aviation can lead to. We have our aviation simulator, so students can get on there and fly planes on the simulator. So it's going to be an exciting day. It's an exciting time for us. Again, it's just reintroducing Southwest to the community. We've been here. We've done great work over the years. We're just unveiling the even greater work that we are doing right now.
Absolutely. I love it. So where do we go to learn more about Southwest Tennessee Community College? Where do we go to learn more about the open house? Where do we go to get involved?
Well, it's April the 20th from 11 to 2 at the Macon Cove campus at Southwest. We have our website, which is www.southwest.tn.edu. You can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter. Facebook and Twitter. Our IG and Instagram is at SouthwestTN. So you can also, Amy Shead is on this call today, and so you can see her and her number. Contact her about any information about workforce. She can be reached at 901 901-333-4763, 901-333-4763. So there are tons of ways to reach us, but we just hope to see everyone out for our open house, but also it's a career fair. So we're going to have partners out hiring people and looking at our graduates and hoping to place our graduates before they even graduate on May 13th. They'll have a job, and that's what we're needing. But we are inviting the community to come out to the open house / career fair, April 20th, Macon Cove campus.
Love it. Well, Dr. Tracy D. Hall, President, and Amy Shead, Associate Vice President, Workforce and Career and Technical Education, Southwest Tennessee Community College. Thank you for all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate you.